Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about microvision. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be doing a video about microvision. As you guys can see today, it's down over 20% of its overall value. What happened with microvision? Why is it sinking? Should you buy the dip on microvision? And my overall price prediction for microvision as well. But before I start the video, I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just for educational purposes only. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So everyone knows that microvision has been getting a lot of popularity. Looking at the one-year chart, this company or this stock is up over 6,000% of its overall value. A lot of people are kind of wondering, why has microvision been gaining a lot of traction? Why are so many people talking about microvision? And it's because, the stock is growing very, very rampantly. If we take a look, like I said, one-year chart shows it's up 6,000%. Three-month chart, it's up over 100%. And the one-month chart, it's up over 20%. We're seeing a little bit of volatility today, just due to the simple fact that microvision is actually in the middle of announcing their earnings. Talking about their earnings, they did have a little bit of a miss, so but it's honestly not that big of a deal in my opinion. I think a lot of people are kind of more attributed to microvision about kind of the short flow. A lot of people shorting the stock and why, it's kind of Reddit's most favorite stock right now. For me, I do see a bounce back for microvision. If you guys don't know what microvision actually does, it engages in the development of laser beam scanning technology. Like I said, it offers its product under the Peacock brand, Peacock scanning technology. And like I said, it's kind of like almost like 3D, kind of like perceptive LiDAR sensing for consumer electronics as well. So it's a pretty good business idea. Like I said, we're seeing a huge drop today, about 28% of its overall value, just due to the simple fact that they did not really do that good on their earnings. But like I said, I am seeing a bounce back on microvision. Like I said, we do know now that microvision does carry a big amount of short float, right? They have about 23.7 million shares that are being currently shorted on the market right now. And we all know, shorting right now, in my personal opinion, probably is not the best idea. We definitely see how rampant these Redditors can basically push up these stocks, when it comes to trying to force out a short squeeze. We saw what happened with GameStop a couple of months ago with American Airlines, AMC. A lot of people have been trying to really make the hedge funds pay for shorting and taking advantage of the market. A lot of people attribute this to market manipulation. Like I said, for me, I would not want to be on the short side of microvision. I think it's too risky. And yes, there's a lot of people out there who have made a lot of money off of it. A lot of people think the company is worthless and should be back around the kind of 70-cent range. We could take a look at the one-year chart. This time last year, this thing was trading around 77 cents a share. Now currently sitting at $14.60. Like I said, we're seeing a lot of volatility right now just due to the simple fact that they did have a decent miss on their earnings. But really analyzing it from the perspective of people who are probably holding it for short squeeze purposes, like I said, I would not want to be on the short side of this. I think it's very risky. I don't think it's worth the overall outcome, just due to the simple fact that, like I said, a lot of Redditors do have the power to make these stocks move in huge amounts. I don't think we really want people to kind of see the same thing that happened with GameStop. Even Jim Cramer himself, a big time analyst, said he'd rather be on the longer side of microvision than the shorter side. This is a big time analyst saying this, so you kind of always have to take with a grain of salt of what these people are kind of saying, because we saw what happened with GameStop. We saw what happened with AMC and American Airlines. A lot of people love to short stocks, but a lot of Redditors also like to force out short squeezes. Like I said, we know microvision has a decent amount of short squeeze. And we do know that Redditors are pretty good at making these stocks move in significant high values. So right now, if I would advise anybody, I don't think it's a very good idea to short the stock. So what's my overall price prediction for microvision? Where do I see the stock headed? Like I said, right now it's on the downtrend, but for me, I honestly think it's a good idea to buy the dip if you truly think that the stock is going to go through a short squeeze. I also think the stock is going to go through a short squeeze. Like I said, we do know that this stock has a decent amount of short float. Last time I checked, it was around 18.7%. And there's more people out there starting more short positions every day because people do really want to drive the stock price back down to like the 70-80 cent range. People don't really think the company is worth $15, but as technology is getting a little bit more popular, a lot of tech sectors have been booming. I think that attributes a little bit to why microvision has kind of been on a slight increase of a boom. But for me, if microvision does go through a short squeeze, I easily see the price going well over $100, maybe even $500 as well. Remember, there's 23.7 million shares that are being shorted right now, that is being created every single day. And even right now, we see this huge downtrend. This is people who are selling their shares or basically continue to short the stock. Like I said, I don't think it's a very good idea altogether, just due to the fact that we know how explosive these stocks can get in just one day. Like I said, looking at the 1 week, up 6.96%, which is pretty good despite the fact that the stock is down about 30% today. Looking at the 1 month chart, we definitely see this huge peak here on April 26th at $26.44. I do think it will reattribute these highs, and I do think that the stock is going to climb upward. This generally happens always after earnings. Stocks generally tend to tank, but looking at it from a bigger perspective, I do expect a short squeeze to happen with MicroVision. Like I said, it's one of the most mentioned stocks on Wall Street Bets, and it's even more mentioned than GameStop was. So a lot of people are attributing that this squeeze for MicroVision is going to be a lot bigger than the GameStop one. And I'm very excited and very curious to see how this actually does play out when it comes to MicroVision in itself, to see how far the stock can actually go and how far the stock can actually squeeze. Obviously not financial advice, but if you're truly bullish on the stock, I think right now may be a very good buying opportunity. The fact that the stock has fell about 30% today, it's obviously clearly oversold. A lot of it has to do, like I said, they just missed their earnings by a little bit. A lot of people creating new short positions, which is going to continue to push the stock down. A lot of people attribute it to as the bears kind of taking control of the stock altogether as well. So there's a lot of attributing factors of why MicroVision has been falling. But for me, I do see the upside potential of MicroVision. But with these plays, you guys have to understand when to get in and get out of these plays, right? These are not longer term hold plays, in my personal opinion. There's people out there who like to, if you truly believe in the company, you truly believe in the long-term value, then you can go ahead and hold it and just kind of see what happens altogether. But for me, plays like these or stocks like these that experience huge amounts of volatility at a single time, I definitely would not recommend holding. For me, these are very good swing plays. You buy the dip and then you sell on the way up, and then you rebuy back at the dip and then you resell on the way up. It's very good. It's a very good way to make some passive income. It's a very good way to make some side money as well, especially because we know that these stocks can run huge amounts of percents in a single week or even in a single day. But with that being said, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of MicroVision. Do you guys think MicroVision is a good buy at $15.50? If you guys think MicroVision is going to go through a short squeeze, what's your overall price prediction on it? And if you guys own MicroVision stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.